I am so glad you are here. It's Liz from Mega's Books and Herbs, and it is Magical Tuesday in my world. So let's talk a little herb magic today. Let's look at herbs that we use for wealth retention, wealth growth, anything that helps us feel satiated and safe in life. So I have a few examples because I'm going to tell you about three groups of herbs that you can choose from that are all associated with wealth magic. The first group I'm going to show you are these bad boys. So this is allspice, by the way, in case you've never seen whole allspice. This is allspice. It smells amazing. But it's one of those herbs that was incredibly expensive to bring to Europe. And that's the only reason I can give you for why they're associated with wealth. Having wealth, maintaining wealth, growing wealth. Allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg. There are spells like always have a whole nutmeg in your home so that you will never go hungry. Well, that has to do with being able to afford to keep a spare nutmeg in your house when they were incredibly costly and would be stored in a locked spices cabinet that only your housekeeper would have the key to. That's right. I'm talking about people who could have housekeepers. It's not my world, but what do you want? So when you think about spices and wealth, think in terms of having and expanding on wealth. The next one I want to show you is this little beauty. This is fennel. It's just a totally different group. This is a plant that could have grown to those places the allspice was imported to. It's associated with wealth because it makes lots and lots of seeds. So things like dill would be another good example. Fennel is a good example. Anything that literally is incredibly fruitful when it multiplies is associated with wealth. So anything that makes lots and lots of seeds, always a good thing. And the third category I'm going to give you for wealth magic working are herbs that people, where they were first found and used, felt that those herbs gave them more strength, more vigor, more intelligence, more vitality. And I've got for you the cutest little old man. I've got some ginseng root here. This is American ginseng. It was grown in Wisconsin. It's a beautiful specimen. But any of those herbs that people feel give them more energy. So if you want to go European, I would suggest Angelica, because there was a time when Angelica was very much sort of Europe's answer to ginseng. They felt that that's the herb that they would turn to for sustenance and energy. You might go with Muirapuma if you want to put a little saucy twist on it from South America, or Suma for a more classic choice. These exist all around the world. People have found herbs that just help them get through their day, keep them more level-headed, keep them just feeling better in their bodies. And ginseng and the rest of the adaptogenic herbs would definitely all count for that kind of wealth magic. It's to empower you to be able to bring more wealth into your world. That's what all of those are used for. So adaptogen was the big word I used, adaptogenic. Anything that helps the body and mind adapt to its circumstances falls into that group. And adaptogenic herbs are definitely traditionally associated with wealth and the acquiring of wealth, the maintaining of wealth, the growing of wealth. So if you want, you can quite literally put a sample of each in a dish and leave it out somewhere in your home. Perhaps you'll use some feng shui and find an appropriate wealth spot for it, but somewhere in your home that you associate with wealth. For other people who don't do feng shui, it might be somewhere on the northern part of their home. But even the dish I chose with its little tree emblem is, again, a symbol of growth and therefore prosperity, satiation, abundance. And that's what we're looking for with these herbs. So go grab your adaptogens, go grab your once considered to be exotic spices, and go grab your seeds that grow and grow and grow. And in the case of, say, fennel and a few others, they are also seeds that would be used when the church that ruled much of Europe at the time would ban eating for at least usually a day, if not a day and a half. People would sneak seeds like fennel, like cumin, similar little seeds that help them fill their tummies and got them through that weekly fast. So if you have any questions or comments, if there's a particular spell you like for wealth that uses herbs, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know, drop me a note here in the comments. And in the meantime, thank you so much. Thank you for being your magical you. You are amazing. And we love that you tuned in. Do go ahead and do the like, subscribe, shares, comment, all the magical little things you can do here. But in the meantime, have a wonderful week and blessed be.